The Q101 Morning Crew.
On Q101.
Pierce the Veil with Brian and Kenzie on Q101. So things are afoot on the north side up in Wilmette, not wanting a McDonald's to be built in a location of a former restaurant, which was Baker Square. You ever go to Baker Square and get pies?
Yeah, but I make a damn good French silk pie.
What pie?
French silk?
Oh, French silk.
I crush French silk pie.
Yeah.
I'm very, so, I've been told it's better than Baker Square's version.
I believe
I
you.
don't want to,
I believe you.
brag. I put them out of business.
I was going to say, you're in business. Baker Square's not.
Period.
Well, there's other locations, but this
Jokes
one
on me,
went
I
out.
don't make a lot of money when I make mine.
Yeah, there's other locations, but there's one Baker Square went out of business on Skokie Boulevard, 200 Skokie Boulevard near Old Orchard. And so McDonald's wants to build a McDonald's there and go through the drive-thru. Let's go right to the news story and let them explain the situation going on here and why the town is fighting against building a McDonald's. This is from CBS 2.
Residents in a north suburb have beef with a fast food giant. They say they do not want a McDonald's
Let's stop right there.
drive-thru.
Let's stop right there.
I can appreciate it.
A home run off the bat.
I also love the YouTube video where Case got this from the news from CBS 2. It said, not loving it.
This, I just want to say before you play the rest of it, this is my favorite news story in a while. This is probably my favorite news story since Naperville wanted to simulate what poverty was like.
No, that was Highland Park.
Highland Park, sorry. Straight shot at Naperville.
Put some respect on Naperville's name. How dare you?
My bad. I misfired. But nevertheless, I love the direction this story goes.
Naperville would never simulate poverty. All right.
No.
And because we talked about it, Highland Park stopped that simulation, by the way.
That's right. They realized it might have been tone deaf.
It's a little tone deaf, but here we
I
go.
just think a lot of people there didn't want to experience it. I think it was a lack of attendance. They're like, we're okay.
They're like, wait, they do. Oh, no.
Like, not how I plan on spending my evening.
Oh, wait, my great-great-grandfather made all this money for me to simulate poverty?
Yeah, I don't think so.
All right, so back to CBS 2 and the story about why in Wilmette they don't want this McDonald's built on Skokie Boulevard.
Residents in a north suburb have beef with a fast food giant. They say they do not want a McDonald's drive-thru in their backyard.
This is creating conflict between activists and the village zoning board, which has so far given McDonald's the green light. CBS 2's Andrew Ramos has the story from Wilmette.
With their signs in hand, residents here in Wilmette made their stance pretty clear. Happy Meals are not welcome.
Damn.
I love the news, man. That's so good.
You go to journalism school for 4 years, you graduate with thousands in student loans, but when you write a line like that, it makes it all worth it.
Happy Meals are not welcome. In the video of this, by the way, you have to go along. It's all these people holding picket signs to stop this McDonald's from being built. And here's why they don't want it there.
We do not need a fast food drive-thru here.
Rallying against a proposed McDonald's restaurant drive-thru on the corner of Skokie Boulevard and Old Glenview Road, where a former Baker Square restaurant once stood. A growing number of residents have formed a coalition pushing back at the plans that they say will bring congestion and pollution to their neighborhood.
So congestion and pollution, adding a McDonald's right in their neighborhood there.
I don't think, it's not like a tourist attraction.
This isn't Romania. It's not like a big, when a European country gets a McDonald's, it's a huge thing. We got it here.
I don't think it would, because there's already a building there, so if they put a different restaurant in, that's...
Yeah. Well, it's a Baker Square, so it's probably going to be some kind of restaurant, right? It's not going to
That's what
be
I'm saying.
a library.
I will say the old Baker Square near us turned into an orthodontist office.
Oh, well, then maybe...
But I would tell you something. There are a lot of cars in that parking lot. A lot of bad teeth.
I'm not sure if the next guy is the one that came with stats. This guy came in guns blazing.
Okay, on the traffic?
On the traffic and the congestion and why that problem's going to... I think this guy...
Okay, hit me with it.
They said essentially 750 cars a day will be here only for the drive-thru. That equates to more than 270,000 cars and vehicles a year.
And that...
I want to stop there for a second. Yeah, that guy just came in, interview me, talk to me. I got the numbers. So 270,000.
750 cars a day? Is that what you're saying?
through the drive-thru. You think that's accurate? I mean, it's not I guess that area is pretty congested.
If you're going through the drive-thru, you're probably just on the road in front of it, the restaurant.
You're still in your car.
Right, but I'm saying, you usually pick that out of convenience. Again, this is not a destination. This isn't like, oh my God, an Iron Chef opened a restaurant and we got to drive out of our way to go.
Yeah.
So you're probably stopping by the McDonald's only because you're already passing it. So wouldn't those cars be there anyways?
I agree. Because you see a McDonald's, you go, oh, I want a double quarter pound with cheese. I'm going in there right now. I can't believe it.
When I've gone through McDonald's, it's usually because it's like, oh, God, whatever fast food I pass next is like the food I'm going to get because I'm starving and I'm on my way home and I don't want to drive out of my way.
It's called fast food for a reason. You're not like at home. I'm going to go drive to McDonald's right now and get some food. Now, sometimes that happens, but mostly it's like that, just stopping in.
I would think.
Yeah, so the car is already doing that pollution congestion thing that this guy's talking about. But I just respect that guy came in with all those stats, guns blazing on how it was going to hurt the neighborhood or whatever. And then they continue in the story of talking to some other people.
Here.
And that activity of vehicles idling around the clock, they say, goes against the village's own sustainability plan, signed into law in 2021, where it committed to reducing greenhouse gases and emissions.
Okay, that's a great thing, trying to reduce greenhouse gases and emissions. Get that.
Grasses? No grasses.
Grasses? No, there'll be no grass if we keep doing this. But I think they're saying the cars idling is causing more of the exhaust and all that. But to your point, the car's going by anyway. I don't know how much more.
What else? What do they have there? Is it like an overly congested area already?
Well, it's near Old Orchard, so that's not. It's down the street from the mall.
Yeah, but have you seen that mall?
Oh my God.
Empty.
Well, I was there before Christmas. You mean the stores gone?
Yeah, like there's not that many stores.
No, Old Orchard has a few more than like let's say Water Tower that just got emptied out. And
Water Tower's like very empty. So is oh God, what's the really old one near Bloomingdale? What's the old mall near?
Brook?
No,
the Bloomingdale.
You know what I mean?
I know what you're talking about. I don't know the name. Stratford Square Mall.
Yes, that one's super empty.
Yeah, but obviously Woodfield Mall is still jammed with stores.
Woodfield's bumping.
Yeah, Schaumburg is packed.
They have restaurant opening. I went to a restaurant opening there like 6 months ago. It was awesome.
But what opened that made you say it like that?
It was like a Greek restaurant. It was fabulous.
Okay, think about it. Give them a shout out if it's that good.
Oh, let me look it up.
Go look it up. Old Orchard's pretty good, but also around Old Orchard is all that other shopping. They have tons of stores just around it. So it's a congested, busy area. That's so those to your, talking about the cars already being there, I think there already are. But let's keep going with the story.
Yet, so far, the village's zoning board of appeals voted to approve McDonald's application to set up shop on the property, with the only condition that the fast food restaurant closes at 10 p.m.
Oh, come on. That's teasing. If you're going to have a McDonald's right there that gets fries late and you can't go late night, like at midnight, I need some fries.
Oh, the restaurant is Meze Mediterraneo. It's a Mediterranean restaurant. It was so good.
You think you're saying that exactly right?
Nope. But based on how I said it, you can spell it and type it into Google.
One more time.
Meze Mediterraneo.
That's the Greek restaurant in Schaumburg.
How do you think you spell it? But by the way, you got all of that wrong. It's the one at Woodfield Mall and it's Mediterranean.
Oh, I thought you said it was Greek. I mean, Mediterranean Greek is close.
Yeah, it's close. But go ahead. Meze Mediterraneo.
Meze is M-E-Z-Z-I?
Nope.
Mezza, with an A at the end? M-E-Z-Z-A?
No.
M-E-Z-Z-U?
I thought you'd get the first word. I didn't know this would be a thing.
What is it?
Meze Mediterraneo.
M-E-Z-A?
No, you said that already.
No, I said two Z's. There's only one Z?
There's only one Z.
Okay.
Mezzy.
Is it a Y? M-E-Z-Y?
No.
Oh. I gotta stop this.
M-E-Z-E.
Oh, okay.
Mezzy. I said Mezzy, and you didn't once guess E. You said a U.
It didn't work what you said about the spelling.
Mezzy, M-E-Z-E, Mediterraneo.
Okay.
M-E-D-I-T-E-R-R-A-N-E-O.
Is it in Woodfield Mall or next to it?
It's like, I don't think you can access it inside Woodfield Mall, but it's part of it. You know, like the outdoor restaurant strip that they have?
Yeah.
So you have to do it from the outside, but it's like connected to the mall. Does that make sense?
Yes.
Okay.
All right, try it. Good food. I love Mediterranean food. I'm Mediterranean.
Yeah, it was great.
All right, so let's get back to why there's not a McDonald's.
You would have spelled that better then, but okay.
I don't know my heritage.
Way to crush that.
So back to why the McDonald's isn't being built in Wilmette. They're trying to fight it. It's been approved to be built at 200 Skokie Boulevard, but they're fighting it.
Once that precedent is set, every other fast food restaurant is going to want to drive through in Wilmette.
And the outcry is the loudest among those.
That woman was mad.
Okay,
she had Karen energy.
All I'm going to say about that is that What fast food restaurant doesn't want to drive through? It's not like it's a new trend. We're like, oh God, they're gonna find out about this.
And I think she's envisioning it's kind of like Murderer's Row. Like down here on Ontario, you've got a Taco Bell, a Jimmy John's, a Jersey Mike's, Case's favorite spot. And there's a 7-Eleven next to it. So you've got all this right in a row.
See, we call it Roman Row out where we live because it's our favorite stretch. And it's Portillo's, McAllister's, Chick-fil-A, Andy's Ice Cream, and Tropical Smoothie.
What?
Wow.
Oh, I know.
Wow.
And we're like, want to go to Roman's Row? Yeah.
So this woman's picturing that in Wilmette once this McDonald's goes up.
We think it's a good time. We're like, what else can we put in for
I
here?
know.
I'm just picturing now like the CEO of Arby's is on the phone with his developers going,
I would lose my mind if they open Arby's.
Guys, there's going to be a McDonald's drive-thru. We have to act now.
Otherwise, we're not going to have a spot.
You're all going there.
Oh my God.
This is like a tech company in Silicon Valley. They see this Wilmette McDonald's as the future.
Like they've never seen a McDonald's go up, and all of a sudden 17 things are going to come around it.
Oh my God.
Oh, I love the people of Wilmette and analyzing that, just really getting worked up. Let's keep going with the story.
Who live the closest to the property.
We are down the street from the community pool. We've got the rec center at that corner. We've got multiple elementary schools.
Now, safety.
Wait. That's the perfect place for a McDonald's.
Between a rec center and a school.
In a swimming pool.
As a parent, I'm like, shut it. This is a quick place to get some nuggets.
Yeah. Of course, McDonald's did the market research and say this place is desperate for a McDonald's.
Let that sink in. A pool, a rec center, a school. It's almost a given there's a McDonald's next to those places. I couldn't think of a more ideal location.
Wouldn't you want some sort of accessible food near
Yes,
those things? Is that bad?
and
Am I
Baker-
a bad person?
No, you're not. And Baker Square didn't work because no one's going to go get pies from the pool.
Okay, you don't have time.
You know what I mean? Like,
Well, you do not have time to go sit at a baker's. It's got to be quick with
it's
the kids.
good. Baker Square is delicious, but that's not going to happen by near the elementary school, near the pool, the rec center. God, it's perfect.
I know. It's like a dream. It's funny because like McDonald's is like we know like that's why we picked it.
We crushed this one. We couldn't have done better.
Every argument they have, they're like, that's exactly why we're doing it.
Yeah. I'd love to see the representative from McDonald's in the board meeting. And they're all trying to fight against it. Yeah, I know you guys are desperate for us. Don't you realize that?
This sounds awesome. What's the problem?
But it seems like it's kind of good because it actually doesn't seem like, oh my God, we have all these fast food restaurants and nothing else. Like, they seem like they have a really great amount of community stuff.
Yeah.
It's supposed to be a balance, right? So
right.
between the schools and the rec centers and swimming pools, it's like, it seems like it actually is balanced, kind of nice.
I got to admit, I want my people Wendy's to go in right next door. I think they could use two. Because you see one drive-through too long, you go, okay, I'm going to go to the next one.
You want two Wendy's next to each other?
I'll put a Wendy's on both sides of that McDonald's. Two Wendy's.
They're surrounded.
Let's keep going with the story here. This is up in Wilmette, by the way.
Now, safety has long been a concern here along the 40-mile-per-hour Skokie Boulevard, where at least 3 accidents have occurred in the past month. One of them happening right here outside where this McDonald's is expected to be built.
Okay, so they were trying to show some drama that's a dangerous area because there's been an accident right nearby. Listen, 3 accidents happened yesterday in front of my apartment on Ashland over there. So
Good. I have you picked that place for your daughter.
man, we couldn't afford anywhere else. It was a good spot.
That guy probably crashed because he was hungry. He was woozy. If they had a McDonald's there, it would have been okay.
The Q101 Morning Crew.
On Q101.
The Q101 Morning Crew.
On Q101.
Brian and Kenzie on Q101. We're just talking about up in Wilmette, Skokie Boulevard, right by Old Orchard Mall. They are going to build a McDonald's, and the community is against it. A lot of it from a green initiative for Wilmette, and they think the cars there in the drive-thru, just idling 750 cars a day, will cause more pollution. But we've listened to the story, and it's all up at Q101.com and our Facebook page. You have to see it. Case, is it true that someone graffitied on the old Baker's Square McDon't?
That's right. So CBS 2 did such a great job with this news story. I have screenshots of the scenes outside the proposed McDonald's in Wilmette on Q101's Facebook page. It makes the story that much better.
Oh, check into it, and it did rile up some people. Checking in Dakota, regular crew member, is also against the McDonald's being built there in the old Baker's Square.
Dakota, and I love Dakota.
Oh, we love her, yeah. Dakota, what's your problem with this McDonald's going up?
Hi, friends. Okay, thank you.
Hello,
And
girl.
My problem is literally this is exactly where I live, okay? So I'm on the corner of Glenview and Wilmette, okay? And it's not even so much the pollution. I mean, okay, fine. I guess I can understand that. But it's more so really the congestion. Because the issue is you also have a brand new dispensary that's right down the street.
Yeah, I've seen
There's
that.
also
My
funeral
brother
homes.
lives in that area, and I've seen that dispensary. It's almost like a temple. It's huge.
Because it's the old Bank of America bank building.
Yes,
So it's
yes.
2.5 stories. It's massive.
It is. It's a huge dispensary.
The other thing is, now that I think about it, there's actually not a lot of drive-through anythings in Wilmette. So, like, there's really not a Burger King. There's really not any Wendy's or anything like that. And it's more of, like, a village kind of a thing of, like, it's really just more low-key because you're able to safely walk around with your kids, your family. You can ride your bikes, walk the dogs. You don't have to worry about constantly, like they said, it's 40 miles an hour. It's not safe to suddenly just, like, jump off and try and, like, turn into that area. No, I'm not a fan.
Okay. But I remember, are you a vegan, Dakota?
I am.
Well, you know, McDonald's has the McPlant burger, and maybe you'd have a new vegan option in your neighborhood if it goes up.
That most certainly is not anything enticing for me, let me tell you.
Oh, wait, there's more. What else do they have? Don't they have like a pineapple dipper or something?
They have a...
Oh, God. No, I was telling Kenzie yesterday that I went to Herm's Palace over in Skokie, and that is an A-plus, like, burger joint. That place is amazing. It's been there for, like, 40 years. Like, that is the place people should go to instead of a McDonald's.
No. They got the hash browns, the pineapple stick, the vegetable dippers.
Vegetable dippers.
McDonald's fries are vegan, and they're the best fries. They're delicious.
No, they're really not. They're not at all.
Yeah,
they
aren't
actually
they?
have, they have beef. They cook it in beef fat. No, they're not.
I don't think is that right?
Yes,
you have no idea, Brian. You're just guessing.
Well, they're delicious.
He's like, it comes from a potato.
Rather than they came from a tree.
Yeah.
What?
The only fries that are actually vegan are from Burger King. Like, those ones are, but not the McDonald's ones. No, if you actually look at the ingredients, they are not.
Yeah, but all Burger Kings are closing.
What about the Arby's ones?
That I cannot vouch for because I haven't been there in years.
Girlfriend, that's where you need to be. Like, listen.
We don't have any.
They're
more
so
around.
good.
There's not many Arby's around.
I'm tired of the disrespect on Arby's. You know how I feel about this. It just pisses me off. They have one of the best fast food menus there is.
But there's just not many of them.
I know, and everyone's like, oh, what's Arby's? What's Arby's? It's fabulous is what it is. And I'm tired of this. I'm just like, the beef and cheddar, out of this world. The market sandwiches is a great way to stay. I love the freshness. They have great desserts.
I think there's only 6 Arby's in the Chicagoland area. And but thank you, Dakota, for checking in and voicing your opinion
Arby's
locally.
sauce? Come on.
Yeah, the horsey sauce, right?
Thank you for speaking your truth, Kenzie.
It just upsets me. It's just like there's not enough. Nobody cares about it.
There's a lot of them, by the way. If you're in the south kind of area, let's say Burbank, Marionette Park, there's like 3 or 4 Arby's right near each other in that area. Let's say you're over in Chicago Ridge. I mean, you got a lot of choices for Arby's. You got to move down there. You live like opposite up in Elgin.
I know. I pass one. I got to go out of my way for it a little bit. Like that. It's like a Cooper's Hawk, a Meijer, Chipotle, a Pita Pit, and a Arby's.
God, where do you live?
Like
Heaven?
on my way. I know.
Jeez.
No, it's on my way home though. I gotta like do a little scoop and dip.
How many miles out of your way do you go for that?
Honestly, I would argue 15 round trip.
Jeez.
And I'm like, but it's on my way home.
Sure. Yeah, who cares what time you get home?
And then, my husband has white interior in his car, which is stupid. I'm like, it's not my fault that you've made these decisions. And I was like, we have to eat Arby's. I love Arby's. I'm trying to convince him about how good Arby's is, so we go.
Yeah.
And they handed us a soda without the lid snapped on, and it went all over his car, and now he's got a thing against Arby's, and it just breaks my heart.
That's your Arby's people there.
The only thing I care about.
It breaks your heart?
I'm like, I just want to be there.
That's a big statement. All right, well, listen, we're talking about in Wilmette, right on Skokie Boulevard. It's been commissioned to put a McDonald's there. Great people, because they know, McDonald's knows that's exactly where it should go. Near a rec center, near a pool, near elementary schools. And they're desperate for one over there. Do it. And Jonathan, I think you're on board, right, with what the news story we just talked about? Go ahead, Jonathan.
Yeah, I'm here. First, I want to say I love you guys. Listen to you guys every morning. Me and my little guy on the way to school. Also, I'm shocked at your passion for Arby's.
It's so good.
Blown away. Arby's is like the bottom of the totem pole of fast food. I'm sorry. That's my own personal
how
belief.
people hang
I'm
up.
going to get out there and say that. You can get like 8 sandwiches for $1.50. It makes no sense. I just think it's a weird place.
It is not true. They just have options. They have the meats and they have options. And for some reason, nobody will respect them.
No one's going. There's no.
Yeah, a little bit of lobbying for the respect for Arby's. I may sign the petition.
God forbid you want a variety.
They do have all the meats. They do have all the meats.
Yep, they do.
Well, here's my thing with the McDonald's. I live in Wilmette. I'm actually, I think it was Dakota. Killer name, by the way. My parents actually live right over there. I'm actually a little bit further east in Wilmette. Here's my issue with it. First off, when the Baker Square closed, huge loss. I've got little kids. It was like one of the great places we can go to. It was very sad it went away. For 3 years, this spot has sat there. It's prime real estate. Now, granted, I'm not a huge fan of McDonald's. It's not my thing. But in regards to revenue for the city, somebody's going to go there anyway. If you go down the street 2 blocks, there is a Chick-fil-A, a Wendy's, a Portillo's, a Chipotle, and a Culver's, all within literally a block and a half, right where the border. It's right at the border where Wilmette and Skokie meet.
Before you continue, I've been to
I want
that.
to meet you at that border. That's the border of my dream.
I've been to that Culver's, and I go to that. I've been to that Portillo's, that location, about 23 times. My brother lives up there. And Culver's. I've been to almost everything you just said in that strip there.
They need an Arby's. That's what's missing.
No Arby's, though.
It makes no sense, but the passion about this thing, you would think it's like they're talking about the recall of the election. It's crazy. I mean, my neighbors, everyone's up in arms with it. When I was at school 2 days ago, people were talking about it there. Like, have you heard McDonald's is coming in? And I'm like, look, it's just revenue. Like, you guys had no issue with the dispensary being put up maybe half a block of the border of Wilmette and Skokie. There was no lobbying against that. Yeah, it's a beautiful dispensary and very nice inside too, I can say too as well. When you go down a little bit, somebody's going to go there to boost revenue for the city. And I'll tell you this too, the city of Wilmette, I'm not a giant fan of because they've actually chased out a few great restaurants as of late that have been there for a very, very long time. A great place named Pueblo Nuevo, which was a downtown Wilmette. The city pulled their lease to put some other business there, which was a very a local mom and pop place, been there for a very long time. So we need to make up that revenue. Granted, I wish it wasn't with the McDonald's. It's not the kind of image I want from Wilmette. But also, who cares? It's down the street from 5 other fast food places. And it's been doing so for 3 years. And it's going to generate, yes, the cars are going to be there. Cars go down Skokie Boulevard anyway all day long. It's incredibly busy. I have 3 kids, so I totally understand that. But pretty much people are pretty abiding by with having the fast food there anyway and just driving down 2 blocks. There hasn't been anything chaotic at all that's taking place traffic-wise. Look, it's also right by the Edens Expressway, so in regards to emissions, that's not going to do anything.
Yeah, I was going to say that because I go up there all the time, and the highway's right there.
So I can honestly say, and what he just said too, so Jonathan was like, oh, whatever, like some people don't like the look of it. And then a few people texted in like people... I guess associate like McDonald's with like low quality, low funds, and I'm like,
what?
First off, there's a McDonald's in Times Square, which is the most expensive property.
Yeah,
the place to own a property ever. Like I never would see a McDonald's and go, oh, this must be a low budget area.
I've never.
Would you think that?
Never, ever. There's the Rock and Roll McDonald's right in downtown center. It's probably the most expensive part of real estate in the Loop.
That's what I'm saying. Like they actually own some pretty people.
Yeah.
I mean, I would never think like, oh no, look where we are.
That's ridiculous.
McDonald's.
I think that's totally ridiculous.
Maybe I'm part of I'm actually probably just the people that they don't want there though. In fairness.
Listen, McDonald's when I was a kid was our steakhouse. Like, we didn't go out to eat very much. We went to McDonald's. That was the biggest treat ever as a kid. And I still get that nostalgic feeling when I go to McDonald's. Yeah. And I know our boy, and thanks so much for the passion and all the information, Jonathan, about Wilmette. We appreciate you checking in. And you said you took your kid to Baker Square. Same thing with McDonald's, going to get Egg McMuffin right there in the morning with your kid. I mean, that's a good experience. That is so fun. And also, side tip, McDonald's with those points on the app, they give you so many points you eat free the next time pretty much every time you go in.
Oh, that's fun.
Yeah, get that app on your phone and use that there. They give you so many points. So many points. Anyway.
Oh.
Can I bring up something 773 said real quick?
Sure.
They pointed out and they're right. The main issue that Wilmette has with this is that it's a McDonald's with a drive-thru, which is just the part of it. Like, we're all kind of confounded by, oh, it's McDonald's. Why do we want it there? Why would you be against a drive-thru? That's just more
I gotta
convenient
be
for everybody.
honest, I'm going to cause more pollution if there's not a drive-thru because I'm going to circle back and look for a different one.
The Q101 Morning Crew.
On Q101.